Okay, can everyone hear me now? Sorry about all that. I did not realize that my mic was off. Yep, my camera just went online. I know. Okay, there we go. Sorry about all of the delays. And I was talking, I know I showed you guys the new issue of Nintendo Force that just came out. I have 2 reviews in it this month. I have a review of Card Shark, which is a cheating at card simulator that takes place in France before the Revolution. And then I also reviewed Bear and Breakfast, which is a management sim that takes place in a forest and you play a bear, and it's very cute, but unfortunately needed a little bit more tinkering behind the hood, I thought. Alright, so we are picking up things where we left off. What happened was that Nina basically kicked her partner out, especially after what Chad said to her triggered her bad feelings that had been caused by her mentor being sent to prison. She is going back to court today. Getting up in time for court is easier when you haven't really slept. All that way last night for a trading card. So last night, Nina went to a deserted warehouse on the edge of town and met with a hooded figure who gave her a very rare trading card in Dragon Fantasy Arena and told her that she is an unwitting pawn in a game that involves Fledge City. Alright, time for Nina to get to the courthouse. Court Day 3. In accordance with the 3-day statute, I will render a verdict at the end of the next trial day. Da Silva was murdered and your client was found standing over his body. These facts have not changed. It's going to end here, one way or the other. One thing I'm wondering, though, is does this game have the type of bad ending that games like Phoenix Wright do? One game that I can think of that was based on Ace Attorney, Aviary Attorney. And the whole premise of the second part of the game hinges on the fact that you lose your first case. The way that you lose it depends. And it's not a true loss in one instance of the word, but it certainly feels like one. Ms. Aquila. Chad? Burned some calories with all that running around yesterday? I said, I heard you. Do you think you're funny, Chad? I like to think I'm... Because you aren't. All rise for the Honorable Judge Tawny. Please be seated. We are assembled here today for the third day of trial of Terry Scrubb, who stands accused of murder in the first degree. This will be the final day of... Looks like Dylan didn't turn up after all. Can't say I blame him. It isn't easy watching your friend be sentenced. And I snapped at him. That probably didn't help. Ms. Aquila! Oh, please pay attention. This trial has gone on long enough as it is. Sorry, Your Honor, the defense is ready. Very well. Mr. Hawke, please make your opening statement. Of course. The prosecution continues to assert that Terry Scrubb is guilty of the murder of Joel Da Silva. However, on the second day of the trial, it was suggested that the culprit of another crime, namely the safecracker thief, could have found their way to the victim's room. That hypothetical scenario would cast reasonable doubt on our knowledge of the actions of the defendant. The prosecution disputes this interpretation of events, and today I will present indisputable proof that this could not have been the case. Indisputable proof that the thief wasn't involved in the murder? What should you have, Hawke? Thank you, Mr. Hawke. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Mr. Scrubb. Yes, Your Honor. Just like our last day in court, at this time, I must ask, have you reconsidered your plea? Well, I mean... If you are willing to end these proceedings, I may be inclined to show you some leniency. Given your prior record of only petty crimes, I would consider commuting the death penalty to life imprisonment. Guilty? Yes, Your Honor. I wish to plead guilty to the prosecution's charges. Anya, why are you doing this? Speak to me! Well, in light of your years of service as a public defender, I am willing to show you some measure of leniency. I don't want to, but... Ms. Aquila, what do you advise? What am I supposed to say? Why did that person even give me that extra piece of evidence? I'm so sorry, Terry. I still believe you're innocent. I just can't see a way through this. I object! It's Dylan! Terry, you know you're innocent. Give Ms. Aquila a chance. Dylan? Right here, boss. And I brought help. Be strong, Scrub. Ms. Aquila believes in you. We all do. Maybe he really is innocent. Surely he isn't going to change his plea. I don't know. Is that still a Faraday and Axel Reyes? Order! Order in the court! Your Honor, I did not kill Joel Da Silva. I will plead my innocence until the very end. Very well, Mr. Scrub. The court recognizes your plea. You and Nina are all I've got, so make it count. Debro. Your Honor, can I request a momentary recess? I'll allow it, but it will be brief. Hey. Dylan, the way I acted yesterday, it's fine. I'm trying to apologize to you. I know, and you should. You were being an ass. But I'm telling you, it's okay. T-Bro is my friend, and so are you. So, what's the plan, boss? Hawke says he can prove that the safecracker didn't kill Da Silva. Not good. But last night, after you left, I managed to find another piece of evidence. How? There's no time to explain all that. The thing is, I think I know what this piece of evidence really is, but not how it helps Terry. I'm keen to resume, Ms. Aquila. We'll just have to make it up as we go along. Famous last words. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Prosecution, bring forth your first witness. The prosecution calls Marcus Steele to the witness stand. Strange. I know. Steele doesn't seem to be his usual dynamic self. Mr. Steele? Mr. Steele! I'm sorry. What was that, Mr. Steele? The witness is apologizing, Your Honor. Heavens, why? Because Marcus Steele wishes to admit to a crime. Wait, is Marcus about to admit to... No, he can't be admitting to the murder. What? Don't be ridiculous. Seriously, Aquila? I was expressing my disbelief, Chad. Yesterday, Mr. Steele came to my office. He was concerned that the accusation that he was involved in the murder could affect his career. So much so that he wishes to clear up this matter once and for all. Mr. Steele, please explain why you were unable to be involved in any way with Joel Da Silva's murder. I came to this city with one goal, to defeat the Sinister Three, the snooty trifecta at the apex of competitive DFA. But in order to secure that heroic victory, I had to score a blow against my strongest opponent, Joel Da Silva. I sought to defeat him at DFA, and to do that, I needed a competitive edge. Please skip the preamble, Mr. Steele. Why couldn't you have been involved in the murder? I could not have been involved because I was elsewhere when the murder took place. Oh no! We've got our safecracker thief. What is it? Why has everybody suddenly got so tense? I think Marcus is about to say that I broke into the safe and stole Joel Da Silva's rare card. Who was the thief? I would never have known. Doesn't seem particularly heroic. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Steele, surely you understand that by confessing to this, you are admitting you have lied under oath, as well as confessing to the crime of grand larceny. Marcus is a safecracker thief? It seems hard to believe. That's because if it isn't true. How do you know? I don't know for certain, but I don't believe it. Not one bit. There's one good thing about this, though. Marcus has confessed to a crime, just so he can have an alibi. He must have a very good reason to do that. And I can only think of one. You think he... Let's see how he stands up to cross-examination. If he gives an inch, I'll nail him to the wall. I will lay down my life in the name of hot-blooded heroism. Mine is the deck that will deal the heavens. I broke into that safe and I can prove it. Your Honor, our investigation of the safe's camera system showed that it had been tampered with and only recorded static. However, the file headers on the videos showed that the feed was restored at the exact time the murder took place. This means the thief must have been near the safe at the time of the murder. It is impossible for the thief to have killed Joel Da Silva. And Marcus Steele here has confessed to being the thief. I see. Shocking though this new revelation is, I find your logic difficult to dispute, Mr. Hawk. Mr. Steele, the court recognizes your confession of guilt, and we will deal with your transgressions at a later date. For now, are you prepared to make a formal statement? Ready and willing, Your Honor. It's true. I broke into the safe. I took Da Silva's rare card, which I found inside. It took around a half hour. I didn't realize that Da Silva had been murdered until later that day. Very well, Ms. Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. You're lying, Steele. I don't quite know exactly why, but I'm gonna prove it. So apparently Steele is covering for someone.
Hold it.
We just have to find out who. Are you an accomplished thief, Mr. Steele? Well, I'm not just a pretty face. My career background before streaming and before DFA was in microelectronics. I performed factory assembly of electronic components, soldering, that kind of thing. Really?
Objection.
The witness's former profession is beyond contention. I looked into this when he first came to me. Marcus Steele is an expert in microelectronics, even extending to computer control systems such as for the safe. Chad's belief that Marcus could have done it seems sincere. Best to move on to another topic. I took Da Silva's rare card, which I found inside.
Hold it.
You just took it? You say that like it's hard to believe. The card was in a nondescript package, but it was prominently left on a countertop inside the safe. It looked about the right size, so I opened it to find the card sealed in a Silva Pro card defender. Oh, there's that Silva Pro card defender that that we found in De Silva's room, the empty one. A card defender. They're used to protect... I know what a card defender is, Hawk. Nina, isn't there something strange about what Marcus just said? Do you feel this is important, Miss Aquila? Yes, I believe it's important. I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your statement? Okay. It was sealed inside a card defender.
Hold it.
What sort of card defender? One by Silva Pro, they're the best. I could tell it was a Silva Pro one the moment I picked up the card. They're unmistakable to a pro duelist like myself. Nina, isn't there something strange about what Marcus just said? Did he know which card it was? Like what?
Hold it.
You were in there for half an hour and no one saw you? I'm not sure what you expect me to say. I slipped in and out. No one walked in, it's that simple. If I may interject. You always do. Detective Flatfoot performed an investigation of the safe room. He discovered that the safe's lockmaster, a member of the casino staff, received an item from De Silva in the morning. Then he left work to attend a friend's wedding. No other member of staff had a reason to walk into the safe room. Hawk has a point. After I took the item from De Silva, I clocked out. I attended a friend's wedding, and I only found out about the robbery when I came back to work yesterday afternoon. It's strange that no one else noticed that the safe had been broken into. Not really, no alarms had been tripped, and I'm the only one that can open the safe. There was no reason for anyone else to wander in here. What would you have done if you had been discovered?
Objection.
Your Honor, the defense is asking the witness to engage in speculation. Sustained. Ms. Aquila, you will refrain from asking the witness to engage in baseless speculation. Understood, Your Honor. It was worth a try. I don't believe for a minute that Marcus broke into that safe, but I can't prove it. There must be some other detail I can catch him out on. Okay, I am going to present the empty card defender.
Objection.
And the music cut out. Marcus, if you please, could you describe how a Silva Pro card defender works? Of course. The card defender is like a sleeve. You insert cards into them to prevent the cards being damaged during play. They come in various colors and designs, but the base version is transparent and has a glossy finish. Glossy. And DFA cards are normally matte, are they not? They feel slightly rough to the touch. That's right. Here goes. Deep breath. Mr. Steele? Yes? You're lying. What?
Objection.
Really, Aquila? What possible relevance? Objection! Your Honor, please examine this piece of evidence. It was found at the murder scene, on the victim's desk. What is it? A card defender, Your Honor. To be precise, a Silva Pro card defender. Oh, I see. What? What do you see? She's catching on, Marcus. De Silva's room, the murder scene, was a mess. It looked like someone had been searching for something. Say, perhaps, a particular rare card. But the card wasn't there. De Silva had already taken it out of its card defender and sent it down to the safe. And left the defender on its desk.
Objection.
Don't be ridiculous. The entire room, including that piece of evidence, were extensively tested for fingerprints. If De Silva had removed a card from it...
Objection.
Your Honor, the defense would like to remind the court that many people present at the casino were wearing card-handling gloves that prevent fingerprints.
Objection.
Regardless of that, Your Honor, any card could have been in that defender. It could even have been a spare. Admittedly, that's true, but I put this to you, Hawk. Isn't it unusual that, at the murder scene, we found one single, empty card defender? And even if it was a spare, why just one? They're sold in packs of 100. Surely even you can concede to that? Well, it must have been just a spare. Because I'm telling you, I stole the card. He's hiding something, and I'm starting to think I know what. I keep thinking of what Ramius said. Most people can be manipulated given the right circumstances. I don't know how much about Marcus. How could he be coerced? But who in their right mind would blackmail Marcus into killing Joel Da Silva? Something here doesn't add up. Do you have the card? What? You say you stole the card. Do you have it right now? It's a reasonable question, Steele. Put up the goods, Steele! Resenial thirsts for the card, Marcus. Order!
Order!
Order in the court! Mr. Steele, in the interests of keeping these proceedings on track, do you have the card in question? I do, yes. Wonderful. May we see it? I would prefer not to reveal it, Your Honor. And how can you justify that? Out of respect for the memory of Joel Da Silva. You hated him. You just don't understand a duelist's pride. I disliked Da Silva and all he stood for, but I respected him as a duelist. Oh, spare me. Seems like we're in trouble. We need Marcus to reveal the card he has. I think that problem's about to resolve itself. A duelist's pride, Marcus? Don't make me laugh. You have no duelist's honor. Sit down, Mr. Reyes. You think yourself the hero of your own story? Sneaking around, stealing cards? Don't push me, Axel. You don't have Da Silva's rare card. I doubt you'd even know what to do with it. You've got nothing. Mr. Reyes, cease your outbursts and sit down immediately, or I will have you removed from the courtroom. I do have Da Silva's rare card. It's right here. Pancration, the Clawed Giant. But silence, Mr. Reyes. Well, that is a card with legendary rarity, and it's a leaf type. Da Silva often played with leaf type cards. Witness, if you wish to present that card to the court, you will need to make another statement. Oh, I'll make another statement, all right. I didn't want to ruin Da Silva's intended last surprise, but here's the card. Pancration, the Clawed Giant. Da Silva must have been worried someone would try to steal it from his room. Very well, Ms. Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. Great. Axel managed to goad him into showing his hand. We're approaching the end of the line. Here, I can feel it. But I still don't have a clear picture of exactly what happened. Would have loved to hear what Axel was about to say before the judge silenced him. What am I missing? Still, I don't have a choice. I've got to go out on a limb.
Hold it!
I'm certain it's just tearing you up inside.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is badgering the witness. Sustained. Please refrain from personal attacks, Ms. Aquila. Here's the card. Pancration, the Clawed Giant. This is the card that Da Silva put in the safe.
Hold it!
Why would Joel Da Silva keep that card secret? Well, it's extremely rare. Da Silva had many of the rarest cards around. Easy when you're a billionaire. Duelists always want to surprise their opponents with powerful cards. Maybe he was waiting to reveal it in the final? Da Silva must have been worried someone would try to steal it from his room.
Hold it!
Smart when you consider that there really was a thief about. I suppose. That card Marcus has revealed is rare, sure, but I can go one rarer. Time to go out on a limb. So I guess I have to present my super rare card.
Hold it!
So that's Marcus's favorite card. So I think I'm going to post this.
Objection!
Mr. Steele, I'm sure the court has been very impressed with your desire to come clean about stealing that card. I may have done it for heroic reasons, but it still felt bad, you know? I'm sure it does. And that would be admirable. Were it not a pack of lies.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must protest! Ms. Aquila has offered no concrete evidence to suggest that the witness is lying. Your Honor, I wish to present a piece of evidence to the court, but following the precedent of Jackson versus Regis, I must insist that this evidence does not leave my possession.
Objection!
Your Honor, surely you won't entertain... Order. Ms. Aquila, I'm sure you are aware that your particular precedent can only be invoked if the evidence in question is a valued possession that is of direct relevance to the pursuit of justice. If this evidence is of not definitive, I will hold you in contempt of court. Are you certain your evidence is definitive? Yeah. It is, Your Honor. Marcus, you're lying. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You didn't steal that card from the safe. I know that. Because the card that was in the safe isn't in your possession. It's in mine. Your Honor, a third party, who shall remain anonymous, handed me this card last night. This is the card that was stolen from the safe, the Black Lily. Isn't that it? That's it. That's De Silva's secret super card, I'm sure of it. Heavens, is it valuable? Inconceivably. If I could interrupt. Before you get too carried away, Aquila, you have no proof that this card was, in fact, De Silva's rare card. But Axel, Mr. Reyes merely expressed his opinion. Remember what he said during our previous day in court? I came to defeat Joel De Silva and his secret, as yet unseen, rare card. Mr. Reyes has already admitted that he does not know precisely which card De Silva was hiding. He's right. I don't doubt Mr. Reyes' expertise. But it doesn't change the fact that De Silva's card was a secret. No one present in this courtroom can genuinely say they know what it was. You say a third party gave it to you, but it would be improper to call that proof. Plus, this line of discussion does nothing to suggest that Mr. Steele had anything to do with the murder. It merely shows he was not at the safe. Yeah! So unless you can suggest a witness who can make a statement to that effect, I find that tangent entirely redundant. But, I got so bogged down in proving Marcus was lying about his alibi, I lost sight of the reason we're doing this. Proving Marcus's alibi was flawed isn't going to be enough after all. I need to connect him to the murder scene somehow. Ms. Aquila, I believe you are sincere in your desire to help your client. But you have made an accusation, and your evidence is suspect at best. This seems to be a great waste of the court's precious time. What? Am I really that far off base? Things seem to be going so well. Oh no. It's all happening again. In truth, I find your wild accusations unbecoming of a defense attorney. Anya Miller... Hey! Anya isn't here, Hawk. Dylan? Nina is. And she's a great defense attorney. You can do it, Nina. A duelist never backs down. Come on, Nina. Remember what I said? This isn't about Anya or what happened before. This is about the here and now. You're a bona fide legal eagle, and I know you can do this. I know that you know it too. I just... Screw it. I'm sick of this. I'm good at what I do, and I'm gonna prove it. Time for one last mulligan on this hand. All right. Think, Nina. The idea of hiring or blackmailing Marcus to kill De Silva doesn't hold water. Now, Marcus is claiming to have stolen a rare card as an alibi. It works, too, because Marcus has a good motive for wanting the card, but a poor motive for murder. No one has a motive for murdering De Silva, or at least not a good one. I think that Marcus is covering for yet an accomplice, and Marcus blew the safe open for the thief, and then the thief went up and killed De Silva. Grah! We need a theory which fits the facts, so let's flip our base assumptions and see what we get. This all came about because of De Silva's death. So our most fundamental assumption is that De Silva's murder was the reason any of this happened. But the presence of the safecracker thief, and what Marcus said to Ramius, Work backwards. Ramius told someone that De Silva had that rare card. That was the catalyst for the sequence of events that led to De Silva's murder. What if the card was the target all along? Maybe De Silva's death wasn't even meant to happen. That means Marcus was never blackmailed into killing De Silva. He was blackmailed into getting his rare card. DFA players exchange rare cards when people win or lose. What if that was Marcus's plan, to beat De Silva and take his card? But the DFA arena wasn't set up on the day De Silva was murdered. Marcus would have had to duel De Silva somewhere else. Somewhere private. Like De Silva's hotel room. So after Terry played De Silva in the hotel lobby, Marcus goes to De Silva's room. He gets there quickly due to having a stairwell pass. They play DFA. Marcus, against all odds, wins his game with De Silva. He asks for De Silva's rare card, but De Silva doesn't have it. He's already placed it in the safe. Marcus must have been furious. De Silva gives him that clawed giant card instead, which Marcus tried to trade with Ramius on the following day. Then... Come on, Nina, think! I can picture them, facing each other. The game's just ended. Cards are strewn over the table. Their monsters are still summoned from the game. Summoned monsters. Summoned monsters! That's it! You want proof, Hawk? Then I'll be more direct. Marcus. Yeah? What's all of this all of a sudden? Under oath, did you kill Joel De Silva? Huh. Did you ever see De Silva? He was a man-mountain. A bodybuilder. I never laid a finger on him. I thought you might say that. Fortunately, there was one other witness who was part of the events on that day. Preposterous. The prosecution accounted for every person on site at the hotel. Dr. Zadium, I know that the other day when we streamed, you mentioned the fact that you think that maybe a monster for Dual Fantasy Arena might have escaped its confinement and killed De Silva, and I think your conjecture might have been right. The prosecution accounted for every person on site at the hotel. Every person, maybe, but not every witness. What? Sorry, Ramius, but there's no other way. Check yourself before you deck yourself, Steel. I cast the Black Lily and summon Cramias, Dragon of Foresight. Okay. Order. I will have order. That's brutal. That's a dragon. Miss Aquila, you will explain this at once. Your Honor. This is Cramias, Dragon of Foresight. The spirit bound to the card named the Black Lily. Spirit? I thought this game was played with holograms. Your Honor, if I may. Please do, Mr. Reyes. I think I need to hear from someone who still has a grip on what's going on. The term hologram is used by DFA players, but my company has never quite understood how the cards work, despite intensive study. Our efforts to reproduce whatever technology is embedded in the cards always resulted in failure. So you're saying the cards summon real monsters with real magic? That seems to be the inescapable conclusion. There are, after all, various forms of practical magic, though they usually required years of training to master. Cramius. Yes, Summoner. You are said to be a Dragon of Foresight. Why is that the case? I am gifted with divine foresight. You can see the future? In a manner of speaking. For instance, the man behind me is about to say, surely. That's not possible? My predictions of near-future events are flawless, though the farther into the future I peer, the less firm events become. So the distant future is less reliable? Yes, I see. I tire of this plane of existence. I will answer you 3 questions, and 3 questions alone. Make them quick. Did you foresee Joel da Silva's death? Yes, I foresaw that he would be killed in an argument over the possession of my card, the Black Lily. In an attempt to circumvent this, he said that he would move my card into safekeeping. However, I foresaw that this would not prevent his death. Every path I could see ended in darkness. He asked if there was anything he could do that would meaningfully modify future events. I advised him to remove my card from its card defender, as I could see this affecting the future in some way, though the exact reason was unclear at that time. 1 question asked, 2 questions remain. In that case, when you foresaw his death, was the killer this man standing before you? No. So that means... Wait, what? I do not see the killer in this room. 2 questions. You may ask 1 more. Problem with your pet dragon, Aquila? Give it a rest, Hawk. Think, Nina. I could ask him if Terry did it, but even if he says no, but I doubt the court would accept the dragon's statement on its own as pivotal piece of evidence. Marcus didn't kill Da Silva, but someone did. But who else was there? Who else could have... Speak your question. I tire of this plane of existence. Okay, 1 last look at the evidence. I need to choose my words carefully. Who or what actually killed Joel da Silva? His killer had long fingernails that left cuts on his neck. Acting under whose orders? Why did they do it? What were they trying to gain? No, that is not correct. But I was so sure. Come on, Nina, you can do this. Okay, let's think it through again. Marcus didn't actually choke Da Silva to death, but he was certainly involved. What was he so desperate to get from Da Silva? And what could he have used to try and threaten Da Silva that could have accidentally led to his death? Looks like I'm gonna have to look things up, so hold on. If it wasn't the monster, then it was the clawed giant. Oops. I hit the wrong things. So it would have, if it wasn't the Black Lily, it was the Clawed Giant. Under Marcus's orders, to try to get the Black Lily. Cremius. It was Pancratian, the Clawed Giant, who killed De Silva by accident. It was acting under the orders of Marcus Steele, in a bungled attempt to force Joel De Silva to give him the Black Lily. Is this true? What you have said matches the events I foresaw. Pah! Are we really going to believe that? The word of a magical dragon summoned from a children's trading card? The court respects only one thing: evidence. I doubt there's a single shred of evidence to support this cockamamie theory. That the victim was killed by a monster summoned from a card game. There's got to be a piece of evidence which proves De Silva was killed by the Clawed Giant, and it's his autopsy. That's where you're wrong, Chad. It's been staring us in the face this whole time on De Silva's very body. Look at his autopsy report. It can't be. And yet it is. Joel De Silva was choked to death by a strong assailant with long fingernails. Or more likely, claws. Joel De Silva was killed by the Clawed Giant, and there's only one person we know of who could have commanded it. Someone who killed De Silva without ever laying a finger on him. Someone who assumed, after hearing something valuable of De Silva's had been stolen from the safe, that they could pretend they had stolen it and use that as their alibi. Marcus Steele. No! 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 It's not gonna end like this. It won't. I won't let it. No one will stop me from becoming the very best. I summon Pancratian, the Clawed. I summon my fist into your face! No! My cards! My precious, precious cards! Bailiff, arrest that man. This has certainly been an eventful few hours. Mr. Hawke, has Marcus Steele been taken into custody? Yes, Your Honor. We plan to pursue charges of murder, attempted grand theft, and perjury. Though there's something I fail to understand. What put Marcus up to the task of killing Joel De Silva? Who convinced Marcus to try and take De Silva's card? F. Your Honor, the defense believes that Marcus was coerced by an unknown agent to enter the tournament. He was hired to murder De Silva, but who would do such a thing? Steele isn't exactly an imposing figure. It is customary in ranking DFA duels for the winner to take a card from the loser. Correct. I suspect this was the plan. There was nothing illegal about it. Steele went to De Silva's room and beat him at a duel, but De Silva had already sent the Black Lily down to the safe. Steele attempted to use his giant to force De Silva to cooperate. Then the victim's death. Was an accident? In a sense, yes. Marcus must have believed that after he fled, someone else would happen upon the scene sooner or later. Had Marcus had a less, exuberant personality, he could have just laid low after he left the scene. But Marcus is such a larger-than-life person that if he had quieted down, that would have been suspicious. Instead, he had to play the role of celebrity duelist to his best ability and pin the blame on someone else. Some of this regarding Steele's motives is speculation on my part. However, the defense asserts that this casts the prosecution's case over Terry Scrub into question, and therefore serves as a source of reasonable doubt that Terry was even involved. The defense rests. Did we just wait for it? In that case, all that remains is for me to render my verdict unless Mr. Hawk has any closing remarks. I do not. Ooh! In the case of Terry Scrub on the sole charge of murder, I find the defendant
Not guilty.
Ms. Aquila. Dylan. I don't even know what to say. Thank you might be a place to start. Oh yeah. Ms. Aquila, thank you so much for all of you've done. You're welcome, Terry. But I'm not the person you should really be thanking. It's fine, Nina, really. Dylan? Yeah? Shut up for a sec. Without Dylan, none of us would be here, and you'd be on your way to the city jail right now. He's gone further than you would believe every single day to make sure we found out the eventual truth. He's a better friend than either of us deserve. You really did all that? I mean, maybe? Dylan. Fine. Yeah, I did. You're my bro. Ride or die and all that stuff. Thank you, Dylan. I don't know how I'm gonna make this up to you. Actually, there is one thing you could help out with. But it can wait until after we grab a donut or something. You want to come with us, Nina? I'll catch up with you later. I've got some personal business to take care of first. You gonna be okay? We could come with you. It's fine, really. It's something I've got to do myself. I'll see you in a bit. Just be careful when you leave. I saw quite a crowd of reporters outside. We could go out the back door. Screw that. We didn't go through all this so we could slink out the back door. We're going out the front. Now let's mosey. You got it. I think Nina's gonna go visit Anya. Aww. Now that's all over, I have a couple of loose ends to tie up. I need to go return this card to that person with the mask, and then let's just worry about that when the time comes. Okay, so first we gotta go to the warehouse. Hello? I'm back? Ms. Aquila. I'm pleased to see that you returned. Just as mall ninja as last time, I see. I came to return this. Was it useful? Marcus Steele has been taken into custody. He's probably going to be tried for murder. Good. Tell me, why do you suppose Marcus took the actions that he did? His motive? Blackmail, I think. That is the cause, but not the reason. What? Blackmail is like the hand that moves the piece across the chessboard. I am asking you not about the hand, but rather the intent with which it moves. Marcus took on more than he could handle. He was a normal person playing in a sandpit filled with billionaires. Marcus said he bought so many booster packs. Was he in debt? Was it that simple? Keep going. He was in debt and was coerced by someone to try and get De Silva's card, but he failed. Did he want to go to prison? Good, Miss Aquila. You are starting to see the moves of the game. Marcus got desperate because he put himself in a place where he could be easily manipulated. When you owe money to powerful people and have no way to repay it, maybe prison is safer than walking the streets. Confessing to a crime like nonviolent theft and of something like a trading card. It would have been a short sentence, though perhaps long enough for his benefactor to forget about his mistake. Excuse me. But there's something I still don't understand. Were you the one who really broke into the safe? Why did you steal the card? You're not going to answer that, are you? Well, maybe I can get an answer about F? Who or what is F? Is it my imagination, or did I just see them flinch? Ask your jailbird friend. You mean Anya? Yes. Well, maybe I can get an answer about who are you? Who are you, anyway? Surely you understand the irony in asking for the identity of a person wearing a mask and using a voice changer. I have to call you something. What if I need to contact you? If you ever need to contact me, you can call me via the payphone at the convenience store. Just dial 555-542-83918 and I will answer at my discretion. As for a name, you may refer to me as Livewire. Well, maybe I can get an answer about... Well, that's all that I'm going to get the answers about. But what about... Isn't there somewhere else you should be, Ms. Aquila? What do you mean? How does it go? A good lawyer admits their defeats but celebrates their victories? That phrase. Where did you hear... This turn is over, Ms. Aquila. Well played. Livewire, huh? Okay, it's time. I've put this off for far too long. Time to head to the city jail. It's to the south over the bridge on the way to the airport. Aren't you the bartender from the casino? I work several jobs, but yes. They sound like they're having a pretty intense conversation. Best not to interrupt. Okay, I guess I have to sit here. It's okay. I can do this. I think. Nina! It's great to see you. How have you been? Keeping busy, trying to keep the lights on. I saw this casino thing. Seems it's been quite a big deal. You know about that? Of course, I managed to snag a newspaper. If you've been working cases for the last few weeks, it's no wonder you haven't been able to visit before now. Yeah. That is why you haven't visited, right? Why did you plead guilty at the trial? I actually managed to say it. Yes, we did win the case. Nina, we are not having this discussion again. Again? We never had it in the first place. I pleaded guilty because I was guilty. I shot my former protege twice and went on the run. No, you didn't. You were set up. Wait, is that why you haven't come to see me? Because you're still angry about that? Okay, Time Sage, here's the thing. Marcus wasn't the killer. One of his summoned monsters was. Nina, I'm not going to argue. Anya, who is F? Why? How? Nina, you have to tell me. Why are you asking about that? A mutual friend said I should ask you. A friend? Yeah, a real live wire. Nina, I don't know what's going on, but you need to listen to me. You're getting mixed up in something much bigger than you realize. I knew it. This is it, isn't it? This is why you pleaded guilty at the trial. Drop it. No! Oh boy. I guess I need to be the person to offer the olive branch. Anya, when you changed your plea to guilty without first discussing it with me, it was like you'd lost faith in me. After the trial, you didn't even speak to me. It was weird. Nina, I had no idea you felt this way. Please understand, I did all this to try and protect you. F is a case. A case? You know that long before I was a defense attorney, I briefly worked for the prosecutor's office? Yeah, you told me that not long after we first met. This case is from back then. I've been looking into it on and off for a number of years alongside some help. What sort of help? An anonymous source. I suspect that this is the same mutual friend that you just mentioned. But no matter what we did, we never managed to find any concrete leads. The evening I was arrested, my former protege asked for me to come over, and I thought she might have some info. You know the rest. Nina, I'm sorry if what I did hurt you. If it's any comfort, just know that this business cost me one protege. I'm not sure if I could bear it if I lost you too. But who is doing all this? What do they want? Not now. I've already said too much. But what you've said suggests that I've failed and now you're a part of this. Maybe you always were. If you're determined, I can't exactly stop you into looking into this from in here. Just remember one thing. What? That person you spoke about, the one you said was a real live wire? When it comes down to it, never forget. No matter how useful a source they might seem, they are not your friend. I won't forget. Also, I'll visit again, sooner this time. I look forward to it. One more thing. Could you bring me a bag of Gorditos? Gorditos? Yeah, it's weird what you miss. I'll bring you a whole bag of junk food, assuming I can give you it. See you. That went... well. Okay, time to head back to the office. That's impossible. Sorry, but I don't know what to say. He sounds upset about something. My notes say that Jackie Marsden passed away several weeks ago. But how? She was the picture of health. Sir, I apologize if you find this distressing, but she committed suicide. She was found hanging in her cell. Her family would have been informed by the coroner. I'm not family, I'm just a friend. Jackie Marsden? The same Jackie Marsden who tried to burn down the campgrounds? She's dead? I'm just gonna go. Look, it's not my business, but are you gonna be okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a lot to take in. Whoa. That was an interesting revelation. Yes, the culprit from the first case. I was kind of hoping that I'd... Oops. I was hoping I could run into the guys here, but... Oh, but one thing I can do is I can try using the payphone to call Livewire. Home sweet home, I guess. And the lights have gone out on the landing again? Seriously, this place is falling apart. Hopefully it's just a tripped switch. Surprise! Ah! What the? Welcome back, boss. What's all this? We kind of wanted it to be a surprise. A surprise? Everyone pitched in. Oh wow, they actually cleaned the place up. That was very nice of them. You moved the boxes? We cleaned up the whole place. Walls, floors, ceiling. We took out 12 bags of trash. 12! We even did your laundry. You did my... Slight correction there, I offered to do the laundry. Though I've got to say, you have surprisingly good taste in... We are not having this conversation! The place looks the best it's looked in months. Did you organize this? It was a group effort. You haven't shown her the best part. Best part? A privacy screen? I mean, yeah, but there's something behind the screen, too. A small gift from the Brotherhood's dormitory. Aw, they got her a nice bed! Ta-da! It's just a hand-me-down. I love it. Thanks, Dylan. This means more than you could know. Thank everyone else, too. You can do that yourself. We were thinking of heading out to grab some dinner, you know, to celebrate. You want to come? Sure. I'll wait for you by the door. Catch up with everyone else, then come speak to me once you're ready to go. An actual bed. I might just get my first good night's sleep in weeks. They even filled the vending machine. It's empty, but at least it's clean. How's Raziniel? He slumbers for now. I hope you understand I never meant to cause trouble for either of you. I know, but I've had time to think things through. There was never going to be a good time to tell the board about our relationship. But I love Stella, and I was growing tired of not being able to express that. You old romantic. Maybe you should even thank me. Don't push it. What's next for you guys? My private jet is landing at the airport tomorrow morning. We need to go see Joel's lawyer. Apparently we're both in his will. It's so sad how he died for no good reason. I'm not sure there are any good reasons, but I get what you mean. He would have wanted the two of us to be happy. And I think we're going to be. Aren't you going to sue me? I broke your NDA by summoning Crameus in the courtroom. Are you kidding? Do you have any idea how many people have made pre-orders for the next expansion in just the last few hours? Plus, you put me in touch with Axel Reyes, who has big plans for the smartphone version of DFA. We'll need to relocate our sanctum to another city, but it'll be fine. What's next for you? I'm still wondering about that. To be honest, I spent the last few days trying to avoid thinking about the future. In a way, this feels like a dream. I assure you, it's real. Are you ready to head out? Yeah. You know, after all this, there's just one thing I don't understand. What's that? So, Marcus accidentally killed Joel Da Silva, but he left the room and just assumed someone would come by to take the fall? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It seems like he was leaving a lot to chance. Wouldn't it have been smarter to try and make sure someone came to the room right away? Was there any evidence that Marcus tried to make Terry visit Da Silva's room? I think Marcus knew that Terry would go to Da Silva's room. How? Read Da Silva's bleeder post. We've all read it many times. He's saying what he thought of Terry Scrub. Are you certain? Read it again. Don't know what that Scrub's problem was. I'll make sure he never plays on the pro circuit again. Check the spelling. Scrub, lowercase s, and only one b. A typo? Autocorrect? At first I thought so, but after what Stella said yesterday. The phrasing does seem out of character for him. I started to think that it was more significant than that. We know that was posted very close to the time of Da Silva's death. I don't think Da Silva wrote that post at all. You think... That's right. I think that Marcus saw Terry's earlier game with Da Silva from a distance as he arrived at the hotel. Then, when he needed a fall guy to take the blame for Da Silva's murder... I get it. Marcus didn't know Terry's name. That's right. Scrub, in gaming culture, refers to a salty competitor who talks a big game but lacks the skills to back it up. Da Silva knew Terry's name. He'd spoken to him, like Stella said. To use a term like scrub was out of character for him. I think Marcus made that bleeder post from Da Silva's smartphone before he left the hotel room. His gloves would have prevented him from leaving fingerprints on the screen. I get it. Still, this is all just a theory. We'll never know for sure unless Marcus admits it at his trial. You thinking of representing him? No. Seems like you had to think about that. It's purely due to a conflict of interest because I've already spoken out against him in court. It would be improper. Terry, remember the despair you felt before I agreed to represent you? Yeah? It's hard to accept sometimes, but everyone deserves the protection of the law, even the guilty. No matter what they've done or how they've acted, everyone needs someone to stand with them in court. Aquila Defense in Law isn't about finding people guilty or innocent. It's about standing up for someone when no one else will, and making sure the prosecution are kept in check. I guess. Okay, everyone, time to move out. Where are we going? I think Scrub should decide. Good idea. Terry? I could do sushi. Sounds good to me. Cool, we'll go to the Great Wave downtown. Just, who's paying? I'm kinda broke. I don't carry a wallet. Axel? Stella? What? You're billionaires! I didn't get rich by spending money frivolously. So, Nina? Wait up. Yeah, Nina? Just hold on a sec. I'm sure... Suzuku! Alright, so that was Chapter 2. Next time on Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle. Oh great, now we're getting a take on Initial D. See? What did I tell you? The race isn't over yet. They're coming up to the 4 hairpins. It'll be fine. No one ever beats Ryoko on the downhill. No one. Initial E, legal stage. Hey, Dylan. Wardrobe told me to deliver this to you. Is that? Ah, hell no! What are you complaining about? Have you seen what I have to wear? The bunny girl thing with the wings? Yeah, with the wings. Want to switch? Just put on the uniform. Where did they even find one of these in an adult size? You're asking where they bought an adult-sized school uniform? Because... Never mind! Hello! It's Aquila Channel! Welcome to Aquila Channel, a special viewer-facing segment where we talk to you, the player. Even these segments are an homage to the similar skits in Lucky Star, Gunbuster, and Nadeshiko. Today, we're happy to introduce our new co-presenter, Dylan. Say hi, Dylan! Hi. Anyway, today's chapter was themed around several things, most notably the collect and battle anime genre, but also aspects of real-world trading card games. Attentive fans of trading card games will have noticed that most of the cards mentioned in this chapter are homages to cards from different games. Did you spot them all? The critical piece of evidence, the Black Lily, was based on the rare Black Lotus card, which is one of the more infamous and rare cards in Magic the Gathering. Only around 1,000 of these cards were ever printed, and at a 2019 auction, one of them sold for over $160,000. From an early point, it seemed fun that a critical piece of evidence would be one of these super rare cards. We also want to take... Hang on. Just read the cue cards. That's what I'm doing! We also want to take this chance to thank Little Karibo for his abridged anime videos, which served as an inspiration. However, to help bolster proceedings, a second act twist was needed. It was thought a robbery would be interesting, and there's no grander robbery than of a casino. Plus, casinos and cards go together, so it was a good match for the chapter setting. When the time came to research this, it was just assumed that casino heists were just something done in movies. But there have been a surprising number of heists in real life, even if many were not successful. There have been some genuine robberies where casino patrons have been robbed at gunpoint or similar, but other heists have involved clever patrons finding creative ways to cheat at the tables. In 2004, a group of patrons stole over $2 million from a casino in London, using high-tech devices to predict roulette, while a group of students from MIT are believed to have made $22 million over 20 years via card counting. Of course, speaking as a lawyer, what makes it interesting is whether you consider these stealing in a legal sense. That's because they involved people having ways to predict the outcome of a casino game. You can probably start to see how Chapter 2 came together on paper. Super rare trading cards, collect and battle anime, and casino robberies where people predicted the outcome of games. Chromaeus, an agent who could tell people the future, was a way of tying all of this together. The final theme was of Nina's character arc overcoming her anxiety over what had happened in her previous trial. The previous chapter introduced Nina, but was too short to explore much about what sort of person she was. Chapter 2 was intended to fix that. Of course, these are just the main threads of the plot. A lot of other stuff was packed in there too. If you have questions or want to talk about the themes of this chapter, you can join the Nally Discord. You can find the link on the game's title screen. Now it's time for us to sign off for this chapter. And Chapter 3 is next. Chapter 3 is an exciting high-speed thrill ride. So if you liked this second taste of Nina Aquila Legal Eagle, that makes you a nailer. Stick to the script. Anyway, try out Chapter 3. Legal Stage. Okay, I'm heading back to my room and taking this off. Really? I think it's cute. Really? What do you think, Nina? You don't want to know. Right, off it comes. Whoa. Don't just undress while on set. Alright, so... that was... Alright, so I'm gonna just take a brief break before I return to the game, so I will be right back. Alright, and now we'll be able to select the card. Alright, folks, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back, and we are going to continue. Whoops. Sorry, chose the wrong one. And here is the new chapter. Start chapter 3. Legal stage? Yes. Alright, let's do this. What are you watching? That's the video of Sandra Ortega's office, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Again? Mm-hmm. You must have watched this 1,000 times by now. Mm-hmm. Mind if I join you? Be my guest, although it isn't exactly riveting. So, what are we looking at? This is the CCTV footage from the afternoon that Sandra Ortega was murdered. Anya's former colleague? That's right. The building's a multi-purpose office block. Sandra just rented one of the offices. That one on the left. I see, so this is her front door? Right. Where are any other businesses on the same floor? an optician, an eye doctor. They weren't open on the day, so no one came or went. They weren't involved. And the place opposite Ortega's office? An empty unit. According to the documents from Anya's case, it had been empty for weeks. You can see the rubble outside. It was being renovated. Who's that? The janitor. He passes by a bunch of times over the afternoon. See? Apart from him, no one else shows up. Did he see anything suspicious? No, nothing out of the ordinary. He didn't call the cops? No, the police were tipped off by an anonymous caller. The janitor didn't even know about the murder until the police arrived. We're almost out of time. This is what... When Anya turns up. And while she's in there, Sandra Ortega was murdered. She was shot. Twice. Didn't you say she was carrying the murder weapon when Flatfoot arrested her? A revolver with a 6-round cylinder. Still loaded with 4 rounds. I mean, sorry to say this, but you can see why she was found guilty. Dylan's right. Looking at it with fresh eyes, the implication is as plain as day. What am I missing? If Anya were here, I bet she would spot it right away. Something here can't be right. What really happened in that room? Nina, it's 8 o'clock. Dylan, I can't just... We promised. You promised. Fine, you win. We did promise. Aquila Defense and Law Offices, January 5th, 8 p.m. Terry's looking forward to seeing us. You won't believe how happy he was when he got approved for a loan to buy his food truck. What does Terry know about food? Who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us. Okay, so where's he set up? At Rostro Vista. He's been set up now for a few weeks. You mean the tourist place up at the Rostro Spire, the mountain? Yeah, you know it. That's miles away. How had you planned on getting there? I don't know, the bus? You want to get the bus heading up in the mountains in the middle of January? I hadn't thought about it that way. Fine, I'll drive. You have a car? You sound surprised. You live in your office. Touché. What kind of car is it? A yellow one? I don't know cars, okay? It's old, but it should get us there. I didn't even know you could drive. Why would you think I can't? Well... Okay, with the eye... Monocular people can drive. I just have some custom mirrors to help, that's all. Sorry. It's okay, Dylan. A lot of people think that. Now, I just need to find my keys. Great, I'll grab my phone and meet you by the door. Come see me when you're ready to head out. Alright, so it sounds to me like the... Yeah, so Anya actually does only have the ability to see out of one eye. Are you ready to head out? Well, let's see what's happening in the office. No time for Reddit today. Dylan keeps the vending machine stocked. My dad is actually legally blind in one eye. Yeah, have a friend of mine that I've known for a while. She's actually an artist, and she did some manga art for a couple publishers, and she is blind in one eye too. My DFA card set. I got this while we were investigating the murder of Joel Da Silva. Nina can use this set to replay any DFA duel from the Da Silva case. Do you want to battle? No. I don't think I need to. No network. I guess the network must have finally disconnected Anya's phone. A side effect from a bottle of Aspen? Jeez. Okay, boss. Brr. Winter isn't pulling its punches. Yeah, we should get in your car and turn on the heater pronto. Kind of him to assume that the heater works. Now, where did I park? Here we are. Where did this driveway come from? What? It's always been here. I'm not so sure about that. Either way, it's here now. Where's your car? Right here. Behind the abandoned roadside jalopy? Youch. Did Anya leave this too? You're kidding, right? Anya wouldn't be seen dead in something so beat up. Well, beggars, choosers, and all the rest of it, are we going to head up to the Rostro Spire? Let's just make sure it starts first. Okay, we're in business. We get up to the Rostro Spire by taking the North Road out of the city. You sure you're good to drive? The snow's pretty bad. You're forgetting something, Dylan. I'm Canadian! Chapter 3, Legal Stage. Well, there it is, the Rostro Spire. The Rostro Vista parking lot is on its south slope. The road will take us around the lake, then up the side of the mountain. Have you been there before? Once on a field trip in middle school, but that was in the summer. It's popular with backpackers, hikers, and the like. It's weird, though. I remember this road always being quite busy. The Rostro Pass is the only way through to Rotunda in the north. Where's the traffic? Oh, you don't know? They built a new bypass road about 10 years ago, so people wouldn't always have to drive through the mountains. These days, the Rostro Pass is kinda disused. No one drives it anymore except for tourists. We're late. What time did Terry say to try and arrive? It's only just after 9 and we're almost there. Why has he set up a food truck so far away from the city and so late at night? T-Bro's gonna have plenty of customers, don't you worry about that. Whoa, I guess we're not the only people on the road. Did you see how fast he was going? Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Rostro Vista parking lot, January 5th, 9:30 p.m. What the? I don't believe it. I know. What? We are clearly focusing on different things. But the line. T-Bro's doing a roaring trade. That's obvious. But why are there so many people on the mountain in the middle of the night? Dylan? Don't tell me. Surprise! This is an illegal street racing meet! So in my defense, I didn't think you'd realize. What? Did you think I'd never seen a movie or something? I might not move in these circles day to day, but I have eyes. One eye. It's an expression! Did you know about this? Kinda. Look, the plan was just to see Terry, then head back home. I didn't think we'd be here long enough for all of this. Still, it looks like T-Bro's too busy to speak to us. Are you uncomfortable? We could head back. I'd heard that there were groups performing illegal street races up in the mountains, though I never thought I'd actually see them do it. How does Dylan know about stuff like this? Became all this way. It'd be a shame just to head straight back. Great. I'd love to speak to some of the racers, and maybe check out some of the cars. He seems genuinely excited. I guess there's no harm in talking to people and checking out the cars. Hey, what's with the long line? No cuts. Rude. Hey, I was wondering... Yeah, no. Excuse me? How rude. Hey, I was wondering... Go bug someone else, we're busy. Excuse me? How rude. Hey, what's with... Is she trying to cut in? Hey, get to the back of the line like everyone else. Whoa. Here, a new face. Come to leave the Rostro Vista parking lot in a huge mess, same as the rest of them? What? You must work for the county. Hey, I might be old, but I'm not deaf, and not yet anyway. I'm just here to see a friend. Yeah, well, you and your friend, make sure you pick up your litter. I love the color of your cars. Spasibo. Do you? Yet. I have things to do. How rude. I love the color of your cars. Do you? Look, we're kind of busy right now. Maybe come back when you've got some face. How rude. What's under the sheet? Whoa, a pirate? Pirates are totally metal. Actually, I'm a defense attorney. Maybe I spoke too soon. How rude. What's under the sheet? Okay, going to back slowly away now. What's under the sheet? Whoa, a pirate? Pirates are totally metal. Actually, I'm a defense attorney. Maybe I spoke too soon. How rude. What's under the sheet? Whoa, a pirate? Pirates are totally metal. The ice race is at 10, so not for a little while. Best not to walk around on the road until we can close it. So, how do you know these people? They seem kind of rude. It's race night. They're probably just wired, so don't take it personally. I don't know them, really. T-Bro, myself, and I guess you'd call them some other guys that we knew. From your orphanage? Yeah, let's go with that. We used to come and watch, but we were never really part of the scene. Street racing's been going up here for years. They call it Toge Junken Racing. Junken? You mean like rock, paper, scissors? Yep. T-Bro noticed one time that there was nowhere to buy food up here. And that's why he bought the food truck? Uh-huh. That's actually pretty astute of him. Still, it's odd. What is? Back then, there were always 4 racing teams up here, but I only count 3. Yo, everyone, listen up. It's time to gather for tonight's race. Looks like they're starting. Let's get clear. Clear of what? Whoa! Wow, that was fast. Let's make our way over to the start line or we'll miss the race. Hearts for the win! As if no one can beat the clubs. Any idea what's going on? You don't know? We're new here. The 4 aces have gathered to race for the close of the season. The 4 aces? Ah, looks like the 4th team did turn up. You can do it, Jocelyn! Be safe, people! Hank's gonna wipe the floor with you guys. Joker! 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 Why are they all chanting Joker? Are we clear? Okay, sounds good. Clear? What's he talking about? Ah, I know this one. He's radioed the guys at the finish line and they've confirmed there's no traffic between the start and finish. The race can't start until they do it for safety. They seem pretty organized. Ah, so the Phantom Thieves are here. Yeah, Time Sage. Realistically, they know it'll be clear. Like I said on the way over, no one drives this road anymore, especially at this time of the year. I mean, not a single car has passed in all the time we've been here. 3, 2, 1, go! Is that it? You didn't find that exhilarating? The power of the engines, the thrill of the anticipation? Yeah, I mean, I think so. But now we just wait here? I guess it's a bit like stock car racing. When you watch it on TV, you see the whole track, but if you actually go, you just watch the cars pass you every lap. Where's the finish line? Further down the mountain. Someone from down there will radio someone up here in a few minutes with the results. Dylan, I just noticed something. The line over by the hot dog truck, it's much shorter now. Ooh, good spot. Let's head over there. I'm starving. It might be shorter, but there's still a line. Ugh, it already feels like we've been here for an age. It's only been around 15 minutes. Can you see why the line isn't moving? Nope. Whoa, is he a street racer? He's good looking enough to pass for a model. Hey. Hey yourself. You here for the racing? Mostly, though right now I'm really craving some hot dogs. Us too. Nina Aquila of Aquila Defense and Law. And this is my PA, Dylan Merlo. Yo! Nice to meet you both. I'm Trey Gearson, King of Spades. King of Spades. The King of Spades? Yeah, you're new here, aren't you? Can you tell? You'd have to be to ask that question. Okay, you got us. So what does it mean? Within each of the racing teams on the mountain, we have 4 ranks. The lowest rank is Jack, followed by Queen, then King, that's my rank. I'm also the Swing Spades mechanic. Each team is led by an ace. I'm Trey Gearson, King of Spades. You mentioned something about teams. What's the deal with those? Here at the Rostro Spire, we race as a group known as the Rostro Racers. As long as anyone knows, we've been divided into 4 teams. The Dancing Diamonds, the Metal Clubs, the Burning Hearts, and my team, the Swing Spades. I guess that makes sense, but that reminds me of something else. Oh. Everyone at the start line was yelling, "Joker, Joker, what's that about?" Ah, well, that's because tonight's race was something very special. You see? Hang on. What's she doing? Who? Wait, isn't that... Hey, where are you going? Ugh, nothing gets past you, Trey. I was worried that the race had been going on for a while, and... It's been a long time. Maybe she won't recognize... Wait. What are you doing here? Me? Look, ma'am? No offense intended, but I have no idea who you are. Not you, Goggle Boy. Her. You two know each other? Ryoko. It's been some time. I had no idea you were involved in street racing. You here on some errand? Maybe you should hurry up and get back to the office. Anya Miller might want some more coffee. Hey, there's no need to be rude. Besides, Anya Miller's currently in prison. Oh, wow. So, Nina, are you lost without her? Is that why you wandered all the way up here? Ryoko. What's going on, Ryoko? Why were you getting into your car? Oh, right. Trey, have you spoken to Clara tonight? I saw her at lunchtime, but I've been trying to call her all evening. No answer. Let me guess. Did you have another argument? Well, what do you expect? She still won't listen to Hank's offer. It's not just that, though. She seemed agitated, I guess. Nervous, even. It was like she was in a rush, like she had to be somewhere, but she wouldn't say why. Well, she was defending her title of Joker tonight. That'd make anyone nervous. Not Clara. Not usually. Anyway, the race has been going on for a while, and the finish line should have radioed back by now. I'm sure everything's fine. Yeah, well, you can be sure all you want. I'm gonna head down to the mountain and check that the race finished as planned. I don't know about that, Ryoko. It's not how we usually do things. I'm going. You can come with, or you can stay here. Your choice. Hey! Great, you're both here. What is it, Ren? We just got something through over the radio. Marco has called an ambulance and the police. Marco, that damn meddler. What does this have to do with him? That's it. I'm going. You still staying up here? Under the circumstances, perhaps I should come with you. Should I come too? My Matsuda has only 2 seats, Ren. Plus, if the police are on the way, Ren, you should go tell everyone to stay put. No need to send us all down the mountain. No problem. Out of the way, Ren. Sure thing. That's weird. Didn't Ryoko get into the wrong side of her car? The wrong side? No, she got into the driver's side. Ryoko's Matsuta is a JDM. A JD what? He means Japanese domestic model. Her car's a Japanese import. I see. Look, I've got a bunch of people to reassure, so I better get moving. Nice meeting you, whoever you are. We still gonna wait for hot dogs? Yeah, let's do that. What happened at the bottom of the mountain? Dylan, Nina, you came! Wouldn't miss it, T-Bro. We've been here some time, but you were so busy. I know, right? In fact, so busy that I totally sold out of hot dogs. Heh, good one, Terry. I'm not joking. You seriously don't have any more? Sorry, guys. If I want to make more, I have to open a whole new crate of cans. But the racing seems over for tonight. Damn. Still, the truck looks great, Terry. You like it? I got it at an auction, only one previous owner. The Army? How'd you guess? Anyway, it's big with plenty of space for equipment. I really appreciate you coming out to see it, guys. Looks like Scrubs Dogs is off to a flying start. I'm just gonna close up. So what now? I guess we head back to Fledge City. I just hope the heater in the office hasn't seized up again. Let's get back in the car. What's happened at the bottom of the mountain, though? Nina, you hear that? Huh? I guess it's nothing to do with us. Let's get going. We came all that way and didn't even get a hot dog. You got anything to eat? I've got some Chinese takeout back in the fridge at the office. Oh yeah? Wait, when is it from? was it Tuesday? Or maybe if you've got to think about it, then it's too long. You want to split it? You okay if I crash at the office? You can take the sofa in the lobby. Then we'll split it. So, that Ryoko person, you knew her? Yeah. So, I don't want to talk about it. Still, she looked kind of agitated. You think those guys who raced tonight are going to be okay? I hope so. But that ambulance was driving pretty fast. Hey, Nina, don't eat all the gorditos. You gotta save some for Anya. Eggs over easy. Fine, just some toast. I think someone's at the door. Dylan, why are you... I crashed on the couch last night, remember? Want me to take care of it? Tell him to come back at 9. What if it's something urgent? Then at 9 it'll be even more urgent. I'll go see what they want. Hi, sorry, but we normally open at... You're the people who were up at the Spire last night, right? You defended the hot dog guy? You mean Terry? Terry Scrub? Oh, it's Ren. Yeah, we represented him in court. What kind of lawyer dresses like a northern biker? No, I'm a PA. The attorney here is Nina Aquila. This is Aquila Defense and Law. And we open at 9! Maybe just tell me why you're here. Nina? Hey! Nina! What? I'll take care of our guest while you get up. You're gonna want to hear this. I don't believe it. Neither did I at first, but it's true. The Ace of Spades? Last night she was fine, but then... Whoa! Has this ever even happened before? Once, apparently, but it was a really long time ago. What's going on? What's happened? It's about Clara. Dylan, who is this guy? Oh, right. Ren, this is Nina Aquila. She's an attorney and the proprietor of Aquila Defense and Law. Nina, this is Stan Renson, or Ren to his friends. And he's a roster eraser, right? We saw him at the parking lot last night. Yep, in fact, Ren is the Jack of Diamonds. We're the youngest team on the mountain. At least, we have the newest members. In that case, it's clear you're very upset, but you haven't actually explained why you're here. It's because... Nina, Clara Mass died last night. Let me guess, during the race? The one for which we were at the start line? That's right, the ace race. And from what you said while I was walking over, I'm guessing this Clara person was one of the aces? The Ace of Spades. Not just that. She went into last night's race to defend her title of Joker. She was our leader. More than that, she was like the soul of our whole group. How did it happen? That's just it. No one seems to know. All I want is to go find out, but Keisuke's wing app message was very clear. Keisuke? Keisuke Akagi, Ace of Diamonds. He said I should only turn up at the police detention center with that lawyer who defended the hot dog guy. That's you, right? It is, but you say this Keisuke is at the police detention center? So he's looking for representation? Well, he wants to see you. I have to assume that's the reason why. Then that's going to be a problem. What Nina means is we need to have a little conference, attorney to PA. In the kitchen. Dylan, Now. What are you doing? I'm trying to handle him gently. You're trying to refuse to help him. You've been doing this to potential clients for weeks. You're being ridiculous. I don't do that to everyone. Oh, yeah? What about those boys who came in about that problem with their school volleyball tournament? Well... Or that cat who was worried someone was copying his recipe for magic beans. I mean... Or that blonde and brunette who owned the gun shop after someone pranked their muscle car. So what if I am turning people away? We're already in the middle of a case. Anya's. And the last time I checked, the sign on the door says Aquila Defense and Law. Yes, that was Gunsmith Cats. Nina, we've talked about this. And I think the previous was Haikyuu and Dragon Ball. I can stretch our budget, but that won't keep the lights on forever. We're circling the drain right now when it comes to cash flow. Wow, just like Twitter! Has it really gotten that bad? Put it this way, we can look into Anya's case, but if we don't help this guy, then there will be no one's name on the door in a month. And plus... he really needs our help. Yeah, he does seem particularly upset. Was he good friends with this Claire person? From what I understand, he'd barely even spoken to her. I guess he's just a sensitive soul? I'll say. Mr. Renson? Yes? We're prepared to go and meet with Keisuke, if you could introduce us. You mean you'll represent them, him? What was that? Sorry, slip of the tongue. It's been a rough night. Naturally. But no, I can't agree to represent him until I've spoken to him. I need to know more about what happened. Let's head over to police detention. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to save here because it is 10 p.m. and I will check to see who is streaming so we can raid them. Let us see here. And let's see here. Well... Alright, we are going to raid T.S. Jonte, who is actually one of my newest followers. He is playing Real Fishing Road Trip Adventure. He was one of the games that I played last summer on stream. So we're going to pay him a little visit. Alright, I would like everybody to greet T.S. Jonte with your very best objection! So we will be streaming next on Saturday night, and we'll be continuing Nina Aquila on Saturday night, and then depending on if we end up finishing the game or not, I don't know what we're going to be doing for the rest of November, so hopefully we'll have enough time in November to finish this up. So I'm going to end things off here. Excuse me. We're going to start the raid, and I will see you all on Saturday night.
Different one.